have freed ourselves of the pornographic visitors onto Facebook.
Oh,
So that's exciting.
oh, I didn't know we had those.
You didn't know that?
No, that's exciting.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we are continuing the access. If you were to put your hands on your hips, it's the space between your palms, right there. If you were to put your hand on your low belly and your hand on your low back, it's the space between your palms. And this is the bowl of the pelvis where all of our energy and all of our inner organs come to rest. And what can happen is if my low belly is seated in my chair, and I do one of these, all of my inner organs are now resting in and on all of them on themselves. And it's heavy and it's lost. And the sensation in my mind right now is like, whatever. I don't care how the class goes. But if I plug into my feet and I start Muladhara and I spin my toes lightly away from my heels down, and I establish an aspect of rooting down, which we made last month, and as we come up out of this space, now I've got some access here, and in this space, all those inner organs are spongy, and I want to revolve so that we'll build access, a hinge in the hips. We'll build the rooting down. We'll build an opening across the pelvis and across the chest, and then we'll revolve hip towards chest, right? So that this axis can go, and then I stand up and I'm clear. Because we do this a lot. And so that's fine, that happens. But if we can start to feel who and how we are when this space opens, then we can notice, you know what, I'm feeling a little sluggish. And my digestion feels a little sluggish. But now I've got some clarity. So if we notice the before and the after, we know then how to fix it. So we'll come to lie down to start. 2 blocks, a blanket, a strap set aside. Take your blanket with you. So it's folded into a thick rectangle and it's next to you within reach, but you're going to lie down without it. So the first thing we want to do is just make a little bit of space down in the low belly. Knees are bent, the feet are flat. Okay. Hands on thighs, lightly press away. And with the heels of your hands towards the crease of your hips, as you straighten your arms, what you're doing is you're taking your shoulder girdle away from your pelvis. Your pelvic girdle goes towards your feet. And as you straighten your arms, the shoulder girdle moves away from your feet. And now deepen your breath into your navel and pause. Inhale again into the chest and pause. Inhale one more up into the throat, super full. Exhale the navel, the chest, and the throat. And we'll do that 3 times. Into the belly, pause. Into the ribs, pause. Into the collarbones, pause. So full. Exhale, navel, ribs, throat. Feel it go. One more. Belly, chest, throat, and down. Hands down. Now just notice the space. Feel the very surface of the skin. Feel the sensation in your body. Understand that you're holding the history of your week in your body. Good. Draw your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers there. Just let your left leg go long. Inhale it up and down. Inhale it up and down. So both feet flex and point. You can roll through the ankles. You may open and close your toes. You may broaden your back. And keep your awareness and your breath down in the left side of your low abdomen. And that your breath and your attention begin to open and expand that space that may have been
a little over full or weighted down or inactivated. Good, for 3. For 2. Now left heel stays to the floor, left hand goes overhead. Get a little longer now, open into the left rib, scoot around through your upper back, shake out your right foot, shake out your left knee. Keep inviting the left side body to get a little longer and a little longer and a little longer. Good, so you can lift your head and shoulders. Bring your left knee towards your left shoulder, your left hand towards your left heel. We're going to open and close the left side a little bit bigger. Press out straight and exhale in. And the idea being you're now flushing that opening the left side low belly. Just for 3 and for 2. Good, and for 1. Now left heel to the floor, left hand overhead, pause. And notice that there is the sweetest, brightest silence growing in your body. Keep letting it lengthen. And left knee to your chest. Interlace your fingers over the left shin, right leg goes long. Inhale it up and exhale it down. So it's your pace. It's your pace. If your right hamstring is too tight, then you put a little bend in your knees. Always make the adjustment that you need to. But inhaling it up and exhaling it down. Bring your left shin a little closer. That's it. Nice one, Stephanie. Spread your toes. Yeah. And then open and close your toes and feel how that changes the back of your right leg. Get a little bit longer right there. Then flex both feet. Put your right heel to the floor. Pause. And feel the right side open. Right hand overhead. And invite that opening up through the waist and the chest and the shoulder. See if you can feel the belly and the chest and the throat. Can you empty from the belly through the chest and through the throat? Lift your head, shoulders, draw your right knee to your chest, fold it in, and then inhale, open. Exhale, curl. So this sort of flushing that can happen. And more importantly, the way that we can start to activate the low abdominal muscles, the transverse right across the middle. We hold our low abdomen in and hold our spine up. 3. Quite good. 2. Roll through your spine and then heel to the floor. Hand overhead. Close your eyes. Find that 3-part breath if you like. Belly, chest, throat, out belly, chest, throat. 2 more. Let it smooth out. Let your right side get a little longer. Good. Let your left leg go long. Let your left hand go overhead. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Widen your heels. Breathe to your belly, your ribs, your throat. Out your belly, ribs, throat. In your belly, feel front to back. In your ribs, feel left and right. In your throat, feel top and bottom. Exhale, back to front, left to right, top to bottom. In, front, back, left, right, top, bottom. Out, front, back, left, right, top, bottom. Good. Arms out wide, knees go bent. Heel to the height of your knees so you've made a right angle. You'll drop your knees towards the left side of your mat, and you'll roll up through the center, and you'll drop towards the right side. Good. Ha. So you alternate sides. Simply center and cross. With your fingertips in the floor, can you keep the chest and the heart square to the ceiling as you let your knees turn through the low abdomen? And then take your tiptoes to the floor a little bit further forward. So your knees are no longer directly in line with your hips, but they're a little bit forward. You just tap your toes and tap your toes, tap your toes. We're going to go 10 more. And let it get a little bit quicker, get a little more intentional. That tap gives you a base, gives you a location. Good. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Feet to the center, feet down, lift your hips, slide your blanket underneath your seat. Good. So now your blanket is holding your hips a little bit higher. Draw your right knee to your chest again. Left leg goes long again. Left hand overhead again. And just that little elevation. And 3 breaths. The belly, the chest, the throat, the belly, the chest, the throat. In and out. Feel the left side open, foot flex. Use the breath to open the inside of this shape. Good. And left hand to shin, right hand overhead. Flexing your right foot. Your awareness is in your right low abdomen. And notice how that side begins to change with that 3-part breath. Good. Right knee to chest. You'll roll up so that you can sit on the bolster and then turn over and lay your hips right on the front, actually the back edge of your blanket.
So the very front of my hip points are resting on the blanket, which means that my low abdomen is on it. Yeah, when you come down, now wag your tail and elbows wide. Put your heart down as much as you can and let your hips move side to side. Good. You're going to take 2 fists. Make fists and place the fists side by side right between your hip points. Oh, and put your chin down. So the backs of your hands are resting on your blanket. Yup, look a little bit forward and tiny wash of your tail. And the work here is to really soften. Oh. Oh. And it feels like you're cleaning out the basement. Oh. Now if you can soften your low belly, soften your face. Just for 3, put the tops of your feet flat. Let your body be quiet for a moment. And it's as though you're allowing your fists further and further and further into your body. And let all your reluctance melt away. A little more. Yep, let your heels fall wide. Good, good, good. And then release your fists. Now put your forearms down. Ha! Put your belly on that mat. Forearms down. Fingertips draw your heart forward. Toes draw your legs back. And your breath all the way down in the low abdomen. And the legs go along. You can lift and straighten to really reach into your toes. Widen your elbows. Widen your fingers. Elbows are in. Press your palms and get a little bit taller. Firm your legs. Inner thigh down, outer hip forward. Legs so strong. And now breathe right into all that space, drawing your hands back towards you to lift your abdomen up out of your pelvis. Wag the tail, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Turn right, turn left, and center, look up. Yeah, right there. And then turn right, and turn center, and look up. Good. Hands and knees. Good, good, good. Fold back a moment, open the chest, breathe down into the belly. Excellent. So coming up onto hands and knees, unfold your blanket. Knees come on the blanket, hands up in front, edge of blocks up in front. They don't need to be on the mat, but they're within reach and they're up ahead. Like that's just a wholly new situation in my belly for sure. And now we can start to move, and all of our movements will start from there. Your right toes tip back. You're on the ball of the right foot behind you. Tuck your chin, draw your right knee to your chest. Inhale as you open back, and exhale as you bring it in. So it's this little rounding of the spine and a little release of the spine. You're opening the foot behind you. Inhale as you reach back. Exhale as you bring it in. So see if you can really tuck the tail and start to open and close through that low belly. And it can bring up emotions. It can bring up questions. Bring your right knee towards your right shoulder and cross behind you to the left. To your shoulder or to your elbow if need be. But you're starting to get into the right hip, right waist. Getting a little bit warmer. Press down into your palms. Drop up into your heart. 3. Good. 2. Good. And 1. Step your right foot wide to the right. And put your right foot flat. Heel is in line with your hip. Tuck your left toes under. Come onto your fingertips. And sit your seat back towards your left hip. Good, that'll be exhale. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale all the way back. Come back up. Stand in the full right footprint. Without losing that contact, take yourself back. Start to feel the inner left, the inner right hip, inner right thigh, outer right foot. 2. And rising up, put your right foot outside of your right hand. Turn your toes out to 2 o'clock and add a block beneath your left hand. So the block points out to the left, 10 o'clock, and the right foot points out. So you have this big space in the center for a backstroke. Right hand makes a big circle, and you drive that circle, letting your hips move forward and back by bending your right knee. Press your right heel down and away, and then use your right heel to pull your hips forward. And get into that right inner and outer hip, right low belly, all the way through your fingertips for 3. Yeah. For 2. Your right arm will stay beside your right ear. Take your hips forward and back. And get a little deeper into the body. Where else does it go? What else does it affect? What is changed or opened or shifted? Right knee bends, stay there. Left hand down, chest broad. 3. Bend your right knee. 2. Soften your right hip. Yes, hands down and set it back. Hands and knees. So a little cat-cow, make it neutral. Feel the right side versus the left. Which side feels longer or more open, more continuous from shoulder to hip to heel? Notice. Good. And it's the same motion in your spine. As you tuck your chin, draw your knee to your chest. And then as you open left foot back, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. So we begin to build the breath. Press your hands more directly into the mat. Move from the low belly. And as you're ready, work here or bring your left knee to your elbow or shoulder and cross behind you to the right. Feel the sides of your spine. Let the breath get a little larger into new territory in your chest. 3, 2, and step your left foot out wide to the left. Good, the footprint to the floor. Onto your fingertips, your right toes tuck under. And then you slowly drop your hips back towards your heel, opening.
Inhale, rise up. Stand in your left foot. Find the full footprint, the toes, the ball of the foot, the heel. Keep that as you fold your way back. Inhale up. Stay that buoyant, stay that light, and fold back. And take your time, and we'll stay back for 3 breaths. Can you find the belly, the chest, and the throat? Allow the left inner groin, inner thigh connection to open. Outer left foot. Good. Rise up, step your left foot outside your left hand. Heel turns in, toe turns out to 10 o'clock. Right hand onto a block. Right hand turns out to 2 o'clock. So we have a big space in the center of the body. And a backstroke is what becomes an opening all the way from your back toes, through the pelvis, through the heart. Up and open. Use your left heel to send your hips forward and back. That this action originates from the low belly. Aye. And the left arm stays beside your ear, and the hips continue forward and back. Forward and back. One more. Let your left knee bend. Take your time. Let your left heel gently draw your hips forward. Allow the navel to lengthen, the chin to lift, and the left hand can come down. Set your blocks forward and find your downward facing dog and walk out the dog, feeling the underside from your front low belly through the chest and the arms. Walk you dog, walk you dog, walk you dog. Turn to the chin. And then find a quiet in your dog. Drop your head. Soften your elbows so slightly. Come onto the base of your thumbs. Wrapping your elbows in so slightly. Press the hands away and open the armpits. Let your knees be bent. Let your heels peel up. And let the peeling up of your heels open the mid-back. Drop your head. Good. Walk your feet to your hands. Set your blocks up just outside of your little toes, just ahead of your little toes, and your hands go wide. Sit your seat down, turn your thumbs up, heels down, hands up high. Good, we just move through here. Elbows out wide, knees bent, hands down, left foot back, left knee down, 2 hands up. Find your breath in. And just like our Kundalini warm-up, hands drop down. 3. Sweep up. 2. Ha. 1 more. Sweep up. And hands down. Step your left foot up. Sit your seat down. Sweep wide. Reach up. And the right side. So hinge at the hips. Right foot steps back. Right knee down. Hands up high. Consider that you're opening the low abdomen. And how the low abdomen is opening your chest. All the way out your fingers, hands down, step up, sit down, hands wide, inhale. And again, sitting back, left foot steps back, left knee down, hands up high, go 3 sets. Hands down, step up, sit down, sweep wide. A little taller, good. Sit down, hands wide, right foot, right knee, 2 hands. Your pace. It might be slower than mine. It might be quicker than mine. 1 more, hands down, hands up. I know, Stephanie, I messed it before. Hands down, step up, sit down, go wide. 1 more time to get it right. Tail goes back, hands go down. You are a fluid. Change from a stone to water. Inhale. And down. Good. 2. Down. And 1. Take your hands down as you reach up. Right hand holds your left wrist. Hips go forward and back. Become pliable. Become pliable. a little bit more action because you're a little bit more awake. A little bit more action. Hands up high, stay 3. Feel the momentum continue through the left side of your body. And then release hands coming down. Lift your left knee. Left hand stays on the block, right hand to your right thigh, revolve, turn your navel, look up. Right hand high, look up. Turn your right palm to the front. Now forward and back on the ball of your back foot. Draw your heel forward and back. That's it. So lower front your pinky toes. And as you bring your heel forward, turn your chest, turn your navel, reach your right hand over your right ear, stay 3. Revolve 2. Reach your back heel back now, right from there. As though you could lengthen from your fingertip to your back heel, turn under your armpit, and right hand down. Take a moment, bend your knee, and step yourself up. Sit down, hands wide, stand up. Good. Right hand holds left wrist. Sink your left heel. Left thigh goes back. Nothing more. Nothing more. Drop the left shoulder. Open the left elbow. Release your hands. Bend your knees. Tail wide. Step your right foot back. Your right knee down. And 3 times. Forward and back. Forward and back. As your hands come up, left hand holds the right wrist. How does it catch in your breath? How does this movement catch in your body? Which side was tighter? Where do you need to go? Let it wriggle, let it explore. All the way out of your right side jaw. I feel I need to do this for about 7 minutes on this side. Good. When you're ready, the left knee bends. Open. Stay. There's a current. There is a channel. You are a field of light and you are untangling that which holds you back so that it's continuity, integration all the way through. Right hand wide, right hand down to the block. Left hand to your left thigh. Lift your back knee. So Lori, scoot the ball of your foot back. Yeah, that's the ticket. So left knee forward, right heel back. Turn your navel, left hand high. From this position, right hand strong, left foot strong, now forward and back. Feel all the way from your navel to your heart to the top of your head. And then right heel forward. Left knee forward, reach over the top, look under your armpit, then the back heel goes back as the front knee goes forward and you revolve, navel to spine, navel to spine. Ha, right through the middle. Left hand down. Good, right knee to the floor. Step up. Sit down. Hands up. Left hand holds right wrist without going sideways, just straight up. Right heel down, right thigh back. Right armpit opens, right elbow open. Use the breath. Can you find the 3 parts? The belly, the chest, and the throat. As you release your hands wide, notice left side, right side, front, back, top, bottom. Everything emanating. So either both hands on the low belly or one hand on the front, one on the back, but land in the sensation of how contained, how organized, how strong, how free this low body space is. How it holds your movements and your perceptions. Good, good. And just step back, shake it up. We're going to keep the blanket, but set the blocks forward. Weight into your left foot. building a bit of a balance. So heel toe your left foot to the floor. That sealing into the ground so the right knee can rise. Interlace your fingers and draw the right knee up, just as we did on our backs. Left heel down into the floor will open your chest. The back of your spine grows long, and the front of the chest can rise. The left hand takes you up. So the left heel opens the back of your spine, and the hand lifts us up front. Right hand up. All the space you've made, go up, go up, go up, go up. And you'll hinge, right heel straight back. Stay 3, navel to spine. Stay 2, little rinse in the low belly. And right toes to the floor, set it down. Interlace your fingers, hands up high. Forward and back over the ball of the back foot. And as you go, feel if the back foot is the right thigh a little soggy. Pause. And lift the right thigh. And as you lift the right thigh, the right hip wraps forward. And you scissor your thighs. From there, you bend your front knee. Fingers are interlaced. Right hand is opening from your heel to your hand. Excellent. Excellent. And then reaching forward, tuck the chin, right knee in, stand up. Left hand to right knee, right hand to hip. Turn yourself. So you may look forward, steady gaze. Right hand to right rib, revolve your right rib cage back. Turn your navel to the right, right hand straight back. If you like, walk your eyes to the right. Walk your eyes to the right and hold a point. Turn your navel right, awesome. Walk your eyes to the front. Right hand, right hip, right foot down. Palms open, notice left side, right side. Left side goes down to give you strength. That was your anchor leg. Right side goes up. That was what you opened. Shake it out. Right foot down, left knee to rise. Pause. So the right side becomes the anchor. And the right heel goes straight down, and the right thigh bone goes back to open the back of your knee. And the back of your spine goes so much longer, and the right hand opens the front of your spine. Wow. Left hand high. Pivoting, put your left heel on the wall behind you, and the navel to the spine. Arms out long, open your elbows, left toes to the floor. Great work. Interlace your fingers, opening forward and back. Forward and back. How can you flush out the front body? Draw your heel forward, your left hip forward, and lift the left thigh away from the floor. Into the palms. Bend your right knee. And you would scissor your thighs to feel the low belly gather and strengthen. For 2. Yeah, bend your front knee. Take it toward the pinky edge of your toe. Yes! Reach forward. Stand up, left knee to chest. Right leg is your anchor, go down. Right hand to left knee, revolve. Left hand to back of your hip. Left hand to left ribs. Turn the ribs left. Walk your eyes across, point by point. A point left, a point left, a point left. Left hand back, 3. 2, from the low navel. Eyes walk back and back, a point at a time. Left foot down, palms forward. Walk your feet. Walk your feet. Out the fingers, out the chest. Now walk your feet without lifting the ball of the foot like you're walking your dog. And let that out of your hips and your chest. So that the toes are a little wider. And the balance is a little clearer, but the legs are not rigid in any way. 3.
It's kind of a crazy thing. I'm sure if we were all in the room doing this, we'd look great too. And then 2 feet down, pause, hands up high, turn your palms to face forward, be so neutral. From the low abdomen, from Svadhistana, open in all directions. Knees soft, hands wide, folded up. Good.
Step back down, dog. So that same walk, let your hips move, turn your head side to side. The element here is water. We become fluid. Cross your right foot in front of your left. Widen your feet so slightly. So my right foot is over on the left foot of my mat, left side of my mat. You bring your knees down to the floor. Widen your feet so slightly. Option 1, the hands stay here. Option 2, turn your thumbs to point forward. Option 3, turn your thumbs to point away from the center line. The heel of your hand in line with the front of your shoulder. And now you'll circle your hips. Yes. So you are looking to become as fluid as possible. Where does it go? Through the forearms, through the belly, through the chest, into yesterday. That we become so pliable. Into the back of your neck, into the backs of your lungs. And can it get a little quicker? Like a little motor, a little whisk. That it generates a little heat, that you stay a little longer than you might appreciate. Get it out through the neck, the head, the breath, go 3. Go 2. And pause. Turn your fingers forward. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Uncross your feet. Feel your dog and let it be quiet. The breath may be jerky, gaps or breaks. It becomes smooth. Both feet to the left side, step your left in front of the right. Good. Bring your knees to the mat. Widen your feet, put the tops down. Turn your fingers towards each other and interlace all the way up to the webbing. Yes, now check, is that under your shoulders? So Lori, go forward and Stephanie, go back. Yep, good. And now can you get the balls of your hands down, the base of your knuckles? Good, and your thumbs. Now, cat-cow from there, just to feel the hands into the floor. Circle. Circle your seat. From that center point of your palms, move through the chest, move through the low belly, let the hips become watery. Out of your jaw, as though your sense of humor could be polished here, right? That we're not holding on to all the rigidity. And let it get a little quicker. Let yourself get a little stirred up. Shake off all the vanity of what you're up to. And reverse your direction. Can you go in the other direction? All our habits and currents and twists and turns go 3. Yep. Go 2. Keep it quick, keep it light, keep it moving. As you find center, you pause, you release your fingers. Tuck toes. Down dog. weight at the base of the thumbs and the base of the knuckles, knees a little soft, seat wide, drop your head. Excellent.
Come forward, high plank, and bring your hips to the bolster, the blanket, and walk it down. Walk your hands back beside your elbows. Elbows widen in, heels widen in, so that you can let your elbows just fall in. And find the base of your ribs in a wag of the tail. Good, walk your thighs a little bit back. And just rest your hands so your fingers are easy. Your elbows fall in. As you float your feet, just feel the weight of your hips in the blanket. Elbows draw in, heart comes up so much. Pause. Rest on your belly and rest your belly on the blanket. Deepen your breath into that weight, into that pressure of your body on the mat. Then if you could breathe into your belly right here, it opens the low back. Whatever's caught. So the legs getting a little stronger, the hamstrings, the glutes, no work, but sustaining you. Elbows in, tuck of the chin, heels wide now, and then exhale, zip your feet together. Inhale, legs open, exhale together. As they open, point the toes, straighten the legs. As they close, keep that. To open and to close, elbows in, heart up. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Get a little more intentional, a little bit more of a gathering into the spine, a little bit more velocity and intensity. As your heels come together, your elbows come together, your shoulder blades together. Bring your navel to your spine. Go 5 and 4 and 3. Good, you're building a base. And feet together and feet down, and the heart comes up. Come off the low abdomen and breathe into the belly. Roll back down and take your left hand out, thumb up, on the edge of your finger. And then the right hand, same, edge of the pinky, thumbs are up. Walk your feet a step back and shake out the hips. Press the left foot and float the right. Press the right hand and float the left, so you're a diagonal. Right foot down, and then left foot rising, right hand to down, to press, down. It's less about lifting, and it's more about pressing. As I press my arm into the floor, keep your shoulder girdle square, keep your hips square, and get a little bit of draw back on the pinky to draw your heart a little forward. We go for 4. Think about lengthening your leg more than lifting your leg. There's more length here. Good. 2. Good. 1. Head down. Hips side to side, let it wag. So these motions create release. They create circulation. They create balance. Notice where your pulse feels clearest. You feel the thrum of your blood in your low belly. Fingertips walk out. Tops of your feet on the floor. You'll draw your elbows back. And the thumbs point up to reach out. To exhale back. To reach out. To back. To reach out. Good. We'll go 5. The feet are heavy. The navel supports the back. Now with your hands, pause back and reach only the right, a little to the left. And then the left, a little to the right. Now we find the sides of the upper back. We find the sides of the thoracic spine. So use the tips of your toes as your anchor, as though you could lengthen from your left toe tips to your left fingertips.
the backs of your arms. 3. Yes. 1 at a time. 2. Yes. Excellent. Palms down, elbows in, float open, float open. And now let the back of your body just gather in toward the spine. Notice front and back, top and bottom. All the way to the floor. Turn your right hand wide, the height of your shoulder. Palm into the floor. And you'll roll your hips to your outer right hip. Bend your knees, drop your head. Left palm is flat to the floor. Bend your left knee up toward the sky. And put your left foot flat to the floor. So the left foot helps to turn the hips. The left hand helps to turn the chest. And we simply pause, breathing to the belly, to the chest, to the throat. Exhaling belly and chest, throat. Good, good, good. As you roll your belly down, walk to the right side of your mat. Your hips are supported by the bolster. Left hand goes wide to the left, palm flat to the floor. Roll onto your right hip. You can bend your knees as you need to. So most modified knees are bent and down. Right palm to the floor or right knee to bend. And then right foot to the floor. If you like, left leg extend. So the right hip rolling open, opens the belly. The right hand to the floor opens the chest. Drop your head a little more. Your chin may drop towards the left shoulder. Feel your shoulder blades gather towards your spine. Back into the center. Good, good. Hands down, hands and knees. Child's pose, toes together, knees wide, fingertips, sit back. And in this posture, find the breath to the belly, into the chest and into the throat. And open the interior, the lining of this shape. Good. Hands and knees, tuck toes, down dog. And we'll return to do that 3 times. Hands, knees. Child's pose, hold it back. Rise up. If you prefer a full vinyasa through upward facing, downward facing, you're welcome to go. We'll go 1 more round, so if you need your chaturanga, go to it. Rise up and downward facing dog. Excellent. And look up. Feel what you're making. Feel what you're making. So we'll fold the blanket out of the way. We'll step the right foot up and set the blocks. I'll turn this way so you can see. The blocks are ahead of the right foot and to the right. And you may need 1, you may need 2. We're going into a half moon. And so with your blocks set up, pause, put a big bend in your right knee, and you'll hop the back foot halfway in. And now with your right hand on those blocks, your left hand on your left hip, find a little hop up and out. Use your left hand to roll the hips open. Little bend in your right knee, float your right hand, and allow your right hand to drop right under your right shoulder. And as you align your right shoulder over your wrist, roll your left hip open. Left hand to left rib, roll that open. There you go, flex the left foot. Left hand high if you choose. This is your mulligan, so if you're going to fall, you'll fall here. Left hand down to your left hip, bend your right knee, toes to the floor, stand up. Right hand up open. Good. Look to the blocks. Right hand down, lift up. Stand, hand on hip. Roll your hip open, roll your chest open, stay. Breath in the belly, the chest, the throat, out the belly, chest, throat. Bend your knee, set it down. Rise up. Good, good, good. This one counts. Right knee bends, right hand down, lift off. Open the pelvis, open the navel, open the heart, left hand up, turn your palm to face the front of the mat. Good. You may stay or reach your left hand all the way over. Left palm sees the floor, come into the tip of your thumb. And take your left heel a little back and your left thumb a little right. There's the low abdomen, beautiful. Left hand high to the hip, toes to the floor, stand tall. Yeah. Turn to the left side of your mat. Heels wide. Oh, my mistake. It's my left side. Hands up. Good, good. Bend your knees and slide your hands down the backs of your legs, folding in. Up the backs of your legs, knees bend, rise high. We'll do 4 of those. Knees bend, down the backs of the legs. Send your thigh bones back, widen your elbows, sit your seat down to stand up tall. Each time you go, you need a little less bend. And up. Go one more time. Even out the body, front and back. And lift yourself up. Beautiful. Look to your blocks. Take your blocks to the left side and step your right foot back. So my blocks are about a block forward and to the left of my little toe, right hand to my hip, and then left hand comes down. With a little bend in my right knee, lift up, lift out. Use your right hand now. Right hand stabilizes your hip. Float your left hand until it drops under your left shoulder and adjust yourself as needed. That this first one is really just to get everything sorted. Right hand rolls your right hip open. Little bend in your knees and then press into your feet will open your heart. So we know where we land. Good, toes to the floor. Left hand high, bring it up. Bend your left knee, left hand down, lift off. Good, right hand high. So open the hip, open the chest. Right hand to hip, toes to the floor. Left hand, now bring the left hand so long. Keep the length, bend your knee, hand down, lift off. Press down into the floor, roll your right hip open. Roll your right rib open. Roll your right hand high. Right hand overhead if you choose. Right palm to see the floor, come into the tip of your left thumb. And bring your right heel a little bit back. 3. 3-part breath. 2, good, 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 good. Right hand high to your hip. Bend your knees. Set it down. Turn to the side. Hands wide. A bend of your knees. Take your left hand towards your right foot. Right knee bends. Turn your left fingertips to point towards your right foot. Right knee bends. Turn your navel to the right. Look up. This will be breath out. Stand up tall. Inhale. Hands high. Down the backs of your legs. Fold down the middle. Rinse it out. Good. Up the center. Hands wide. Bend your left knee. Right hand. Turn your fingers towards your toe. Turn your navel towards the waist. Look up. This will be breath out. We flow. Hands high. Down the backs of your legs. Fold. Unfold. Hands wide. Bend your right knee. Left hand across. Hands high. Inhale up. Down the backs of the legs. Smooth out your breath. Hands wide. Left knee bend. Right hand. Revolve. Turn a little further. Stand up. Hands high. Down the backs of the legs. One more. Each side. Good. A little deeper. Hands wide. Right knee bends. Left hand revolves. upright, down the center, up the center, left knee bends, last time. And stand tall. Good. Down dog, feel it. Keep your blocks up at the top left of your mat. Down you go. Drop your head. So from the low navel, we're now emanating into the limbs. And the last place we go is we step the right foot up. If you are done, and done is done, left knee to the floor, left hand on blocks, right hand revolve. Super, stay right there. Otherwise, lift your back knee off the floor. Work right there. Or you need to take this front foot a little bit back to give yourself the length of your torso from hips to shoulders, so that when you lift your back foot, right hand to right hip, bend your right knee, bend your left knee. From there, revolve your navel to the right and extend your legs. So the revolution happens when you put a little bend, turn your navel, and extend your legs. The arm is last. Little bend in your knees. Revolve your navel, straighten your legs, and turn. Look up. 3. 2. Stand in your legs as you can, chest broad. Look down, hands down, step up, and stand tall. Come uncurled. Feel it. That there's a diagonal running through your body. Last one. Block comes down, over to the right. So the modification, right foot steps back, right knee to the floor, block on your right hand, turning in. But if you're going into that revolved half moon, the blocks need to be your spine's length away, heel to hand. So heel back, hand forward. You can revolve here, or a little hop to lift off. Find your shoulder and your wrist in alignment. Put a bend in your standing leg, put a bend in your lifted leg. That will allow you to turn left. And then as you straighten, you turn more. Left hand to hip. Little bend, revolve your navel, press into your heels. One more, little bend, turn left hand high, press into your heels. And now really extend to open through the backs of the knees. Use the strength of your back body. Imagine those little lifts we did on the belly, drawing your shoulders back towards your body. 2, and then look down, knees bend, toes to the floor. Walk yourself up. Sit down to stand tall. Stay still. This cross, left foot, right shoulder. Inside, outside, top and bottom, front and back. Sit right down. Blocks go back where you can reach them. And we feel a little bit done in, and we feel a little bit shaken up. And so to come back, and lie back, we'll get there in a second. Heels out, hands up. Good. Right from the navel, right up. Shake out your knees, shake out your feet. Awesome. So that as you go back, your hands come forward, your feet float. Down into the belly, heels down, heart up. If you need to, you bend your knees. And you bring it up. If you don't need to bend your knees, don't do it. We'll go 3. Then you thought you wanted to lie down, but really what you need to do is pause. Hands are wide, draw your knees to your shoulders, and press your legs out straight. 5. Draw your knees to your shoulders, press your legs 4. Draw your knees in, press your legs 3. And 2, it's going to make something. And down, head, shoulders to the floor, feet to the floor, hands on thighs. Open. in that opening light. You can bring a quality of light into the low belly. So hands find the blocks, feet flat. Press your heels to lift your hips. Start with your blocks at their lowest setting, side by side, support them. Hands wide or hands overhead, holding opposite elbows. And simply rest. Let the back of your head be heavy. Let the backs of your shoulders be heavy. Let your heels be ever so slightly wider than your toes. If your low back appreciates it, you may walk your legs out straight. Without allowing your feet to fall open, okay? So the toes point up. If you need to, the heels widen so slightly. Be aware of your low back. Any shortening or pinching, then keep your knees bent. And each breath an opportunity to lengthen the interior of that space. Adding the structure of the three-part breath into the belly, into the ribs, into the throat. Good. Walk your feet in. Bend your knees, press your hips up high, set your blocks aside. Elbows down beside your ribs, feet flat. Press your heels down, press your elbows to peel your spine up off the floor. Stand in your heels, stand in your elbows, tuck a shoulder, tuck another. Heels down, shoulders down, let the hips float. Work here or interlace your fingers. Walking your upper arms closer, press the pinky edge down. And the breath widens the low abdomen. Stand in your heels. For 2. And the knees come down. Widening your arms, widen your heels so the heels feel the outside edge of your mat. Drop both knees to the left. Turn your chin to the right. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Press your left ankle into the knee and press the knee to rise up into the ankle. Let that send your right hip forward. That's it. Arms wide if you can. Yes. As though you were standing in the right foot. And the right foot opens the front of the right hip, and the right knee presses to the left ankle, the ankle presses to the knee. And release. Heels wide, let your knees move side to side. Let your knees move side to side. And the other side, the knees fall wide to the right. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Press your left knee into your ankle, press your ankle into your knee. Press your left foot into the floor, allow the front of the left hip to open. The left glutes are involved. back to center. Draw your knees to your chest. Interlace your fingers over your right shin, put your left foot flat to the floor, and bring your right knee close. Good. Lift your right heel over your right knee. Holding either the back of the right thigh, the outer right ankle, or the outer right foot, find happy baby on the right side. Left hand goes to your left thigh. Press your left thigh away and draw your right knee down. Maybe the right knee finds the floor, maybe the right thigh finds the floor, whatever you've got. Stand in your left foot. Stand in the left heel and let the left hip come off the floor. And your left hand is taking your left hip towards your left knee. So there's a deep crease in the right side and there's a great opening in the left. Good. Let your hips come back flat. Take your right hand to your right inner thigh and extend your right leg wide to the right, straightening as you can. Press your right thigh into your hand. Flex your foot. Nice. Rolling your thigh into your palm. Left leg straightens, left hand overhead into both feet. Let the left leg be so heavy that it's a counterbalance to the right. All the way through the left side body, left sideways. Left knee bends, foot to the floor, right knee bends, bring it in, cross your right knee over your left. Good. Good. Arms wide. Lift your hips, come up onto the right outer hip. So you shift your hips left to find your right hip. Now draw your knees towards your chest. Drop both knees to the right. And turn. Breath to the belly, the chest, throat. Out the belly, the chest, and the throat. Again. Keep softening your inner thighs. Keep softening your low back. Keep inflating the interior space. Come to center. Rolling it up. Feet flat. Notice left side, right side. Draw your left knee to your chest, interlacing your fingers, bring it close the way we began. Good, good, good. Right hand to your right thigh, press away. Left hand to the back of the left thigh, or the outer left ankle, or the outer left foot, bring it down. Down. Half happy baby. Press your right thigh away. And it's this left knee down, right knee away that finds the deepest rinse to Svadhistana, this space between the hips. Find all the ways that it's attached to the other aspects of your body. Your upper back, your jaw, your tongue. Take your left hand to your left inner thigh. As you straighten your left leg, press your thigh into your hand. Roll your thigh forward into the palm, and your palm rolls it back. Right leg straightens, right hand overhead, and you counterbalance. So the right thigh becomes very, very heavy. Both feet are flexed, space in the toes, the body bright. And the brilliance comes from the intensity, the intention, the legs firm and clear, the body given clear direction and purpose. Rinse. Good. Right knee bends, foot flat, hand down. Cross your left knee over your right. Arms widen. Lift your hips up and to the right onto your left outer hip. Draw your knees in and drop your knees to the left. If you like, the left hand comes to the outer right hip. Breath to the belly, to the chest, and to the collarbones, and back up. Using the movement, the placement of your breathing to access the posture more completely from the inside. Becoming more familiar with our interior as changeable. That our interior is under our command the same way that our exterior is. We can move our liver a little to the right with our breath. We can expand the space between our kidneys behind us with our breath. Good. And into the center. Knees to the chest. So, roll a little forward, roll a little back, and as you do, lift your head, shoulders, and I want you to look around and see what surrounds you. And if your blocks are around you, they need to go back a little bit. And just check it out. Put your hands out, see that you've got a little bit of space, right? Cool. Hold your knees wide, hold your shins, roll up, balance on your tail, don't touch the floor. Right? You know where we're going. They know where we're going. We roll back, we roll up, don't touch the floor. Yes. So that's option one. Option two, roll up, hold your big toes. Yeah, heels wide, feeling lucky. Rolling back. Ha-ha, legs long. Ready, roll up, hold your toes, straighten your legs. Up. Thumbs up. We do 3. Yes, Lori's just going. She's on her own. She's a woman on a mission. She's just rolling for charity. Here we go. For 2. From your low navel, that's the home of this pose, the home of this balance. Roll up, pause, stay 3. Ha! Woo! Stay 2. Good. Heels wide, knees wide. Balance on your tail. Find it all. Bend your elbows. Bring it in. Bring your heels together. There's some squealing and giggling. Don't worry about it. It's the cats. Heels together. Open the backs of your knees. Lift your heart. 3. Ha! 2. As you can. Bend your knees. Sit it down. Legs out long. Shake it out. Ha!
It's that humorous little thing.
I know. That's a good thing. You gotta let it out. Blanket. Sit up tall. Good. Cross your right over your left and bend your right knee. So that your left heel goes a little to the right and your thighs are crossed. Left hand to your front right knee, right hand behind you. If you'd like, work here, turning through the navel. If you prefer, wrap your right arm across the front. If you prefer, outer left elbow to the outer right thigh. Now, right hand behind you, press down to lift your heart. That's it. Turn your navel to the right. That's the spot. So all that stays tall. Now stand in your left heel. Perfect. Look forward. Turn your chin. And then turn your chin to your back shoulder. Sit your left hip down. Look forward. Open your right lung. Yep. Look back. Sit your left hip down. Good. Look forward. Right lung. And then turn back. Left seat, stay. Beat. Soften now. Soften all of it. And soften all of it by feeling it inflate internally. Use that inner breath. Turn forward. Draw your right heel a little closer to your left hip. And stack knee over knee. Fingertips to the floor. Heart forward, seat back. Fingers forward, seat back. Or fingers interlace under the front knee.
or fingers interlace under the ball of the foot like a little basket, and then the elbows widen wherever you went. Yeah. And with the elbows wide, the elbows pointing forward like headlights, let that lift and lengthen the back of your chest. So the chest is coming forward, the seat is going back. And now your breath into the middle of your back, right where it feels that it can't go anywhere else. Open the back with your breath. And then tuck of the chin. Tuck of the chin. 2. 1. Eyes up. Unfold. Put 2 feet flat and 2 hands behind you. Fingertips point to your hips. Lift your hips an inch. Forward and back. The wrists, the shoulders. Let your hips come up 2 inches. Maybe your heels a little forward and forward and back. That's it. Is that better, Laurie? We're pretty tight there. Okay. Steph, you bring your heels an inch closer to each other, hips 3 inches. And just so small. Forward and back, forward and back. Stand in your heels, stand in your hands, lift your gaze. Stand in your heels, lift your gaze. Stand in your heels, lift your gaze. Walk your eyes a point at a time, a point at a time, a point at a time. Stand in your heels. And come back from where you came. Gaze, point of the chin, a gaze forward, elbows down, hips. Good. So right leg towards the left corner, left foot crosses over, sits off. Right hand, first step is to the shin, left hand behind you, find a revolution. Good. Second step would be to wrap your right forearm around the front shin. Get a little taller. Third step would be to take your right outer elbow outside the left outer thigh. Dropping your right hand to your left hip. Turn left. Stand in your right heel and spin. Look forward to open your left lung. Turn back to drop into your right hip. Use your attention. Look forward, inhale left lung. And then exhale right hip down. Can you smooth it out? Breathe the belly, the chest, the throat. Exhale belly, chest, throat. Perfect. In belly, in chest, in throat. Out belly, chest, throat. Stay, soften it all. Soften it all. How can it melt? How can it just fall open? Good. To the center. Now that space where you were turning from is the mid-back, and we want to lengthen that mid-back out of the twist. So drawing your left heel back a little bit more, stacking knee over knee. Are you done?
I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Elbows back, heart forward. Good. Fingers forward. Work here or interlace your fingers. So there's going to be a little shortening that we made in the mid-back. Draw your elbows forward, your elbows wide. Last place, last place. Work here or a little basket at your foot. Elbows forward, spine long. And just use that 3-part breath right through the body, right through the length of your back, and it will be so worth it. This last little moment, soften your inner thighs. Lengthening through the sides of your spine. The outer elbows wide, drop your head. Excellent. Fingertips to the floor, walk yourself up. Cross your legs right where you are, seated on that bit of blanket. You're 2 minutes away from a really juicy, delicious shavasana. Hands on thighs. There's length in your spine. everything that we've twisted and turned and rinsed and shifted, we finish with a clarity before we rest in stillness. And in that stillness, we begin to reassemble in essence. We clear it out, and we clear it with Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati means shining skull, and we also use that in Kundalini as breath of fire. We'll do it for 1 minute. Start with a whisper of ha. It's a pump of the belly. It's right up out of the body. Same breath. Put your lips together, bring it out the nose. Close your eyes, sitting tall, 30 seconds, just that way. Let it get a little quicker, like a train leaving a station, building an engine. Feel the space around you growing clearer. Feel the space within you growing taller. There is a light, a brilliance, there is an ignition. 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathing in. Pause it. Lift your chin, 3 sips more, fill it up. Drop your chin. Now so tall. Stay, 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 and let it go. Let your breath settle deep down into the belly. Let yourself be completely still. So still that it begins to feel that you couldn't move if you wanted to. That the stillness has just inhabited the inside, the outside, the front, the back, the top, the bottom. A moment more. Softening your face, the skin around your lips and your eyes. You may stay longer seated, or as you unfold, cover yourself with your bolster. Either only at the low belly, staying warm through the hips and the abdomen, or opening your blanket to create as much heat or support as you require. As you settle, notice anywhere that is still holding. On an exhalation, allow a sensation of release. Allow a sensation of freedom to your breathing. The inhalation and the exhalation invited to grow. rests on the floor. The heels, the backs of the hips, the backs of the shoulders, the back of your head. Aware of the front of your body and its freedom, its unencumbered expanse. The fronts of your kneecaps, your ribs, your chest. And bring your awareness to resting your ankles. Right side ankle, left side ankle. Notice which one feels heavier or lighter, which feels more inert, which feels more awake. And distribute your attention between the left ankle and the right until they feel equal. And as they become equal, they become one ankle. Bring your attention to your knees, feeling the left side knee, the right side knee, noticing which feels open or accessible, which feels inert. And with your attention, just allow the knees to become equal. Until they become one knee. Feel into your hips. The left side hip, the right side hip. Which is available, which is accessible, which feels further away, less familiar. Let them become equal. Use your attention and your energy. Until they become one hip. Feel the left side of your chest and the right side of your chest. How the air passes in and out. How your weight is distributed. How tension may accumulate in one side or another. Balance your awareness of the left side chest and the right side chest. Balance your experience. Until it becomes one chest. lastly, feel into your face, into your head, the left side face, left side cheek and eye, cheekbone, ear canal, left jaw. Feel the right side, eye socket, cheekbone, sinuses, aware of the tensions and the abilities of the left side, right side face, left side, right side head. Notice which is more active, which is less active. Bring them into balance with your attention, with your encouragement. A sense of ease and peace as the head becomes one head, one face. One leg, one chest, one head. Feeling anywhere in your body that is outside of this continuity. And with your awareness and with your attention, bring it in. Creating a oneness, a sensation of reunification. And then release all effort. Let your attention be free. Let the body be at complete ease. And find the interior of that ease as you begin to reestablish your breath in the belly and in the chest and in the throat. Out the belly, out the chest, out the throat. Let it grow. Hands overhead and continue that breath. Any last remaining residue of tension out the body, out the breath. Walk your feet in. And come to your side. Breathe into the back of your body. Redistribute your weight, your circumference, your 3 dimensions, and come into a seat, sitting tall. The right hand to the floor, the left hand to come up over. And the left hand to come to the floor and the right hand to come up over. And you let it move. Left side, right side until it hands out. Any last lingering tension in the fingers, shake it out. Both hands will come up high, palms together. And draw them right down to the center of the forehead. I am this. Satnam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. We conclude with an Om. A in the belly, U in the chest, M in the head. Inhale. Have a fantastic weekend wherever you are. Replay it. I said yesterday after Kundalini, it's really, this sequence of Kundalini asks for a lot of grounding. This whole watery place that we're going to, you can get yourself kind of overwatered. And so the asana, the standing, the articulation, the strengthening, the drawing into the back body, all of this gives us a container so our water doesn't just sort of pool around, but is where we want it to go, brought back together. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for Kundalini through the week, Monday through Friday at noon. So I will see you so soon. Share it with a friend, replay it anytime. More information is on the website, marthamcalvin.com. Have a wonderful morning. Satnam.